Act 2, Scene 5. Museum of Dwellings? Ugh. Hello. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. Doesn't seem that weird. You didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over. Limping bad. Looked like an old drunk if you ask me. I bet they were both drunks. Breaking in here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for that old dog getting dragged all over a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. But it's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. He had his umbrella open inside. What were you doing up that late? What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking for him. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this and that? I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. How did they get in? Must have been one of those kids who left the door open. Sometimes something's got to be done. They run around like animals. You know that Flora left a can of soda on top of my sheltered door, and I almost killed myself slipping on that sticky mess the next morning. Something's got to be done. Okay. So we're being watched, is what I'm getting here. But not by helpful people. I guess that's my truck. Guess I can't actually get help for my leg. Is there anything I can interact with? Come on, keep going. No? Well, can you sit down at least? You don't look good. Yeah, we're definitely being washed. I can't knock. Okay, go in. Go in! You don't wanna. Okay. Oh, what's this? I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray, and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. I only noticed because Diane is such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. What folder were they looking at? Yeah, mostly stuff about the building site, I guess. They had a list of all the homes... Wait, what? The fuck? What the fuck was that? I didn't press anything. I guess so. They had a list of all the homes we relocated there. A list of original residents before we leveled the neighborhood. I guess they were looking for one of the whole residents. They pulled out a list of folks who didn't take the offer, folks who moved elsewhere, but they filed that back out of order. So I guess they didn't find what they were looking for. While I have you here, work's kind of slowed down, and it seems like I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. We'll get our boys back on work soon. Yeah, sure, I get you, haha. You happen to get that last invoice? They were hollering at an empty tent you folks put on display, ha. Hey, if you ever need anyone to stay in there, I've been in worse positions. Okay. Oh, there's someone! Do you know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. I'd heard him working on the boat just a bit earlier before the storm started. But when I saw a stranger's limping gait and the young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be, I invited them in for a glass of Bourbon, which they politely declined, so I just talked to them on my porch for a bit. What did you talk about? Oh, we talked about the neighborhood. I told them about Hudson and his sailboat, and the nice young couple in the greenhouse, and the charming Dr. Truman who used to live here. They were very interested in him, but of course, well, I don't know where he went. Do you know, I don't believe either of them have ever set foot on the house before. I don't know that the older man had even seen the ocean. In fact, it has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer to move here. It isn't perfect, but what home ever is, I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like that, at least. Okay. Go on, old dog. Walk very slowly to the right. Yeah, they came by and knocked on the window, and we had a bit of a talk through the glass. I would have come out, but, you know, shady characters. They were asking about Dr. Truman, and I told them what all I know about that, which is not very much. What do you know about Dr. Truman? I told him he moved in here with the rest of us when you folks bought up the neighborhood, and then one day his house was gone. That's all I know about that. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So they have these displays of different housing types, and they have actual people living in them? That's kind of weird. What is that? I heard them banging around out here, and I just stayed quiet. I don't know what they wanted. I just put my headphones on and tried to ignore them, to tell you the truth. Asshole! Is that a bunker? Kinda looks like a bunker or something. There seems to be some places I can't walk. Yeah, there's places I can't walk. I get invisible walled. I guess I can't go that way. Guess I should check the other way. I just want to get his leg fixed. Oh wow. Like actual houses. I was playing in that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Where did he go? It's a secret. Ezra told me. Ezra, okay. Ezra told me, and I can't tell anyone else. Who is Ezra? He's my age. He doesn't really live here. He's just passing through with his brother, Julian. First, they're going to help us, but I can't say any more about that. We have a lot of secrets. The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The text is shaking so much. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived here, so he went inside and took a long time exploring. When he came back out, he told me all about it. Okay, this is getting weird. What did he find in the cabin? He went upstairs and he also looked around the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. You could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. You could tell how it was all put together. And the cabin too. You could see the shape of it better from up there. Now the part that is weird. He said he went to the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found a staircase in the closet. He said he found a secret door in the floor. He dug through the ground to get there. He found a secret door in the floor? The text changed colors. That's weird. Then he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down. He was surrounded by giant aphids? Okay. I can't... Oh, that was a choice, damn it. I was so weirded out that I didn't realize it was a choice. He was... secret floor was surrounded by giant aphids. The aphids were friendly and led him to a secret garden. He ran away from the aphids into the river to hide. Okay, they were friendly. The garden was very beautiful. He felt so calm, he fell asleep. He found a tunnel leading back upstairs. So then he came back out of the cabin and we said goodbye, and I didn't talk to them anymore. The kid's obviously lying. Oh, that's not a house. The moment I now recall most clearly from their short visit was the birdcage exhibit. The old man stopped to rest, or maybe to think. The young woman had been anxious up to that point, but she stopped as well and examined the birdcage more closely. It seemed to elicit a tenderness for her. She ran one fingernail along the bars of the wire cage marking out the tunnelless scale like a child's xylophone. And then they moved on. This is so weird.